Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsyreplays and welcome back to channel. Today we're going to be looking at the new pop-up offer, which is this tank, the T6E1. Now, it has come for sale. It's not in stores. It just pops up as a pop-up offer for £9.99 or $9.99. It is a tier 4 American tank. Not much armor. To be honest, it hasn't got much armor. You can get the occasional bounce. It has 731 DPM, and that's like a 10-second reload, 9.9 second reload, which seems quite a lot. Penetration 90 on the AP, 125 on the APCR, and 38 on the HE, and that gives you 120 damage on your AP, 105 on your APCR, and 140 on your HE. The aim time is 3.6 and the dispersion 0.416. The only saving grace really about this tank is the 10 degrees of gun depression. So £10 for a tier 4. It really isn't worth it. It really is nothing special. I mean, a 10-second reload for 120 damage doesn't seem too good. But the tank itself is not bad. I mean, when I first saw this and I see that reload, I was like, wow. And then as soon as I see it done 120 damage, I just thought, this tank, no chance. Not with that reload. But actually, it's not bad. It's not a great tank. It is by far a great tank. And it definitely is not worth the £10 that they are asking for. Unless you're a tank collector, then £10 isn't a lot of money. It isn't a great deal of money. I'd expect £10 at least for... I mean, I bought the KV220 for £10. Well, actually cheaper. It was like £8. So, considering this is actually more money than a tier 5 really well-armoured tank, it kind of baffled me for the price. Definitely shouldn't be worth that much. Maybe £6-7. Then maybe it could be worth buying. But for £10, definitely is not worth the money for this tank. But that, as I've said, that doesn't mean it's a bad tank. It's an okay tank. I wish it had had a little bit more armor because, I mean, you bounce the occasional shot. But in this tank, tier 3s will pen you easily. So, for that reason and the DPM, the long reload, the low alpha, I really would not recommend this tank. It's just nothing special. I mean, a lot of players out there now doesn't play tier 4 anyway. I mean, I got it because it's £10. I can afford £10. And I am a bit of a collector when it comes to all these tanks that come for like cheapish. So I did buy it, and to be honest, I'm struggling to ace it already. I don't know who's playing the tank. I really don't know who's playing the tank. But it seems almost impossible to ace. And I mean, I think I can ace it, if I give it a go and played it quite a few times, I'm sure I could ace it. But we had 2 battles. We've already seen a few of these in battle, so quite a few people are actually buying it. But again, that might be because it's just £10 not a lot of money to anyone. But in hindsight, £10 for a tier 4 tank like this, I think is quite a bit of money. And I'm surprised to see so many on the enemy team, on my team. It does struggle to pen. We managed to set that DW2, and I mean, we're struggling to pen the DW2 frontally, so the pen's not crazy, it's not bad, but it's not really good. That battle, I mean, we had an okay battle at 1,304. We do make 42,000 credits, so it's not a bad credit earner for tier 4. And we got double the team's damage pretty much. Next battle, again, we are on mind, and I wasn't quite sure how this wasn't an ace. So again, because of the reload, you have to have protection. I mean, this team here, we got 2 BT7s on our team. They've got great DPM. So you don't go frontline. If you are going to buy the tank, definitely don't go frontline. Use that gun depression to your advantage. It's got 10 degrees of gun depression. You can bounce some shots on that turret. That turret can be pretty troll. It does have that big hatch on top, which, I mean, if they removed that hatch, then it would be a lot better tank. It would be, you can use that gun depression and you can actually get bounces off. Whereas on maps like this, you can just see that we are taking damage and we are only showing our turret. So we do have to be careful, and you can just see the enemy T6E1. We can easily penny side plate. It does have quite a strong upper plate, especially when you're angled. But again, because you've got this big hatch on top of your turret, people can penetrate that quite easily. And that's really the turret is the only place you're really going to bounce. I mean, as I've said, the upper plate can get the troll bounces if you're wiggling about and using that gun depression. If they're not aiming at that hatch, you can get a few bounces. But as I've said, £10 for a tier 4 tank. If I was, like I said, I bought the tank, but I used my YouTube money to make the review. I'm going to make that back anyway. But I would probably start recommending this tank if it was £5–6. If it was £5–6, then I would say, okay, it's not a bad tank. For £5–6, that's nothing. But for double that, for £10, when you could buy a tier 5 tank, I don't know if it's still in stores actually, the KV-22, but it's just been in stores, and you could get that tank for cheaper than this tank, and it's a lot worse. We do have quite a good battle this battle, so we've got 1 kill and it's 4 against 4. So I'm going to now go with my team because they are dying, and we want to take out this Panzer IIIA. He's the one that is doing the damage to my team, but when we all focus fire, we do manage to clear him very quickly. And now this T6E1 on the enemy team has decided to rush in. Now you can just see that turret there. The turret is actually really strong. It's just that hatch on top. I don't know why it's there. It shouldn't be there. I don't know why it's there. And you can see we can penetrate him no problem whatsoever. I wish I would have zoomed in these moments just so I can show you like the armor. So my mistake. But our Stuart does manage to take him out. So at the moment it's 4 versus 2. There is Panzer 4D, pretty much full hit points, and we're going to start focusing on him. That Panzer S35, I don't know what he's doing. He is not a great player. Panzer 4D takes out our Stuart, which means it's a 3-on-2, but we can poke forward and I hit his gun. Out of all the places I can shoot, I actually hit his gun. So we're going to go in for the ram just while we are reloading, just to get a little bit of damage, knock him down to a 1-shot, which we do with the help of my team. For my 3rd kill, and it just now leaves this Panzer S35, and you can see he hasn't got a great gun, and we are bouncing almost every shot that is coming our way from him. He is now 1-shot. I don't know if I'm going to get the final kill. I think I am actually. We do get the final kill for our 4th kill, and I actually thought I did a good job. We finished on 1600 damage for a brand new tier 4 tank, but it was only worthy of a 1st class. So unfortunately I couldn't get the ace, but I'm going to keep trying because, as you know, I like my aces. So it just means I have to play tier 4 for a little bit longer. First class, we get the top gun, we get the high caliber, and again we get more than double our team's damage. So that is the T6E1. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're a tank collector. Then £10 is probably not that much to you. But other than that, I would not waste your money on this tank. I'm Meadsyreplays, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon.